women are drafted to the military,
you will not survive.
I am most excited to see the confrontation between commanding officers and the girl.
I'd love to see her in that.
You think we're gonna let you yell at us?
Why are you talking like you have a choice?
You think we're gonna do something without a please and thank
Absolutely.
you? We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit. Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want and what I want, and we'll reach a happy
You serious?
medium. Because there's no way I'm doing what you want when you use that tone. Think you can push us around like you do with these men? Think again, baby.
I'm gonna bust this bitch here as soon as we get outside.
You're gonna learn some manners.
Now, before I even get into this, for all the new people, greetings, I'm South African, yes, I'm not English, welcome aboard. That's what I do now whenever I hit the 1,000 sub threshold, but anyway, let me say the following. I am not even going to bother with anything this one said. It's 2023 and it's on social media. I don't expect any connection to reality at this point from these people, I really don't. This one is at a level of arrogant, entitled delusion that's not even worth the effort. It would be like beating a dead horse to glue. She clearly doesn't have a functioning brain cell, so why bother trying to impart wisdom? The hardware just isn't there. Kinda reminds me of the Socrates quote, smart people learn from everything and everyone, average people from their experiences, and stupid people already have all the answers. Given that she likened military hierarchy with an abusive boyfriend and thinks that she can somehow have a conversation to reach this mythical middle ground, safe to say her level of dim-witted is borderline needing a psychological evaluation. It's like seeing a building on fire and 80% of it is now scorched. Is it worth saving? Nah, just let it burn to the ground and rebuild from the embers. Or in this case, kick it down a flight of stairs. What I wanted to discuss though is the wider perspective and reaction to this kind of behavior. Now, I said before, one of the reasons I've taken a break from the political stuff, at least for a while, if only to keep my head from making a hole in the wall, is it leaves you with this pinballing effect, veering wildly back and forth between thinking the state is either grossly incompetent to the point of imbecility or out and out malevolent. Both are horrid, but stupidity is somehow more demoralizing. But anyway, I find this particular behavior fascinating though from a different perspective, because I often speculate about it in the same manner that we would about political behavior, just in a more multidimensional way when you factor in some additional variables. The heaviest of which is, of course, mass engagement and reach of social media. And the currency in the realm of social media is attention. And in the social media model, actually it's media in general, but it's more prevalent in the social media one, is you have what I call the 6 S's spread across 2 echelons, an upper one and a lower one. The upper echelon consists of smart, style, and subtlety, traits that you don't typically find in the vast majority of society, which means the appreciation for any spectacle that features them heavily as key themes is naturally going to be rather muted. It's why you'll rarely see things with these labels go viral. However, the lower echelon, this is where you'll find more of the dregs, more mass appeal to the lowest common denominators. The echelon here consists of sex, shock, and stupid, which encompasses the overwhelming majority of the BS you see cranked out on any social media platform, all wrapped up in a neat little bow we call controversy, otherwise known as TikTok in a nutshell. As a matter of fact, come to think of it, most of the news you see falls into these categories now as well, because they have the same model, and then for some reason we're all surprised when nothing works and people are completely loopy. Look at AOC, for example. She's a clueless idiot, done nothing useful as a politician, and her district is a mess. She cost thousands of people potential jobs with Amazon and then lost the state revenue. During the previous regime, her narcissistic self is posing by a damn fence. Illegals now flood a state? Who cares? Not a word. Wearing the coof mask for a photo op, only for footage to appear of her sitting with the crowd without it on, and then only putting it on for the photo op. Bashing other states for their lax policies, meanwhile she fucks off and goes partying with a bunch of over in Florida, or the time she pretended to be handcuffed only to lift her fist in the air like an absolute tard. Or take a gander at the press secretary. Well, she was only chosen for her sex, so no one is shocked that she is that stupid. Or any time the mainstream media talks about Trump, or slap a mugshot on the guy which sends his approval even higher than before. What a genius move that turned out to be. Hell, the worst offenders are The View, who are just a bunch of ignorant women saying embarrassingly dim-witted things. With them, it's not even controversial, it's just straight up stupid. The only time they ever go viral for anything is when they're being exceptionally stupid. And journalistic media isn't much better, by the way. Hence why you get these lowbrow peasants like Salon saying this kind of bollocks on Twitter. MAGA and Christian nationalism. Bigger threat to America than Hamas ever could be. What the Oh, would you look at that? The post is no longer on Twitter. I wonder why that is. Couldn't possibly be because you were racking up the ratios faster than Disney can tank a franchise, is it? Or this idiot on the Hill, Elon Musk's immoral, dangerous, failing experiment in free speech. Immoral, dangerous, and failing experiment. I'll take a word to describe the US government for 500, Bob. Heaven's sake, clickbaiting is one thing, but the depths of hyperbole these desperate rats will sink to is a level of cringe. It's just depressing. At times I feel the majority of the information ecosphere runs on the lower echelon S model, and it really is because of technology's reach in the lowest common denominator filtration system that gets fed into the algorithm. There is no quality control. Well, that, and in order for propaganda to be effective, it needs to appeal to that lowest common denominator. Why waste time making level 9 propaganda when the population's intellect is only at level 3? Waste of resources. Heaven's sake, even my own channel at times runs on this model. There'll be a few people that like me to do more complex things on, say, monarchy and political theory, but that requires research, and it won't pull in very many people because that's a niche, highbrow kind of interest. But do a video on the ugliness of Mary Marble George Jane over here, and that gets 30,000 views. Now, in fairness to me, I did slide in my brand of ever so slightly spicy propaganda, cleverly disguised as the truth. Ah, yes, Joseph, you've taught me well. And if you're thinking, did you mean Joseph got... Yeah, that's the one. Now with German subtitles. Well, if I was a more cynical person, I would say it's almost done deliberately just to dumb down society and take our attention spans with it. At the end of the day, though, I'm still left staring into the void that is the empty space of this one's skull, only to ask myself, how the hell can you operate that phone without swallowing the damn thing? And what saddens me is I know I'm not the only one asking that. And what's even more depressing is not enough people are asking it either. Frankly, I don't know what's more painful, swallowing the phone or needing a surgeon to remove it from your colon after a drill sergeant shoved it up your ass. Cheers for watching, and once again, I apologize for nothing.